I loved it. So, when the opportunity came up to buy the land, I didn't hesitate. To me, it was meant to be. The booklet said Lady Clementine had died before her landscaping had been completed, and an extract from one of her letters had included talk of follies yet to be built, and the idea of a grand gateway linking the formal gardens with the walled garden. I've worked hard on my little enterprise, originally intending to honour Lady Clementine's plans and recreate her dream. But as so often happens, I've discovered the garden has its own agenda, and I basically have to go with it. Now I grow healing plants in Bee's garden, and nurture plants with magical properties here too. But I have yet to build any follies, or discover the grand gateway. The garden is set out in a higgledy-piggledy fashion, guiding the visitors through lots of different areas, dotted with all sorts of interesting objects and notice boards. I've even got a small poison garden and a witches and warlocks garden, a particular favourite of Faye's. Her boyfriend, Alfie, has 2 nieces, Isabel and Maggie May, who love that area too. And sometimes they bring Schubert, Alfie's sister's cat, the beast who is sitting at Faye's feet today. Schubert, Faye says, feels particularly at home here. I've never asked Faye how she knows that, and I don't ask Faye why Schubert is with her today. I'm used to her randomly turning up with him and saying she's cat-sitting. I just accept him now. Currently, both Faye and Schubert are still staring up at me quizzically. Faye, and Schubert as well for all I know, is also still making helpful suggestions. Perhaps you could fly down, Cousin Bee. I mean, I know it should be against the rules of beedom, but bees can fly. Maybe Bee can fly, or at least drop gracefully into the honeysuckle. Meow, meow, adds Schubert. I'm not dropping anywhere, and I'm certainly not flying, and I'm really not stuck. Well, we finished taking photos a little while ago, offers Faye, and I think you dressed as a bee will certainly add to the allure of the garden and your honey, but I don't think I can go home and leave you sitting on that wall. So we'd best think of a way to get you down. For the umpteenth time, I'm not stuck, I reiterate. I'm spying. Spying? Meow, meow. Yes, I'm spying on the man. I've never actually seen the man. All I have had is a series of moany, whingy notes from him, complaining that my honeysuckle is too frondy, or my boudelia too rampant, or a branch of my apple tree is overhanging the wall and invading his rotten garden and spoiling his clean lines. I thought that, as I had a pretty good vantage point from the wall, that perhaps I could spot him and see what he's really like. And there's definitely a person shape moving around by the house. Honestly, this man seems like an overprivileged idiot to me, and I'd quite like to see if I'm right about him. But is the man even there today? Faye's question is, I suppose, quite reasonable. Perhaps, but if I don't spy, I'll never find out, will I? There's definitely somebody around. True. There's silence for a moment, broken only by the slobbering sound of Schubert licking up something unmentionable from the ground, and I lean over just a little bit further. And then the silence is broken by me tumbling off the wall and squealing as I fall into a very overgrown boulder. Marcus. The thing I love about driving back up here is looking forward to the peace and quiet. The unassuming predictability, I suppose, of the countryside around the house. The sound of birds tweeting. In fact, it's so peaceful sometimes I think I can actually hear the grass growing. growing in my very overgrown garden.